Signing in now.
Ah. Hi, Dave.
Hold on, I'm starting the YouTube thing, so, hey, this is my first time doing this part of it, so.
Okay. Well, it's not like we're in a rush and facing a huge agenda.
Okay. All right, we're all set.
Okay. Oh, my. And now I need to find the agenda again myself. All right. Oh, come on. I should have printed this out and then I wouldn't have to fuss with all this.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
It's 7 o'clock. Heidi ho. I will go ahead and call the meeting to order. This is the Town of Winchester Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021, being held remotely on the Zoom platform. Roll call, please. I'm here, obviously. Paul Marino, present. Dave Carter, present. Aubrey English, present. John Pollock, present. And Hal Wilkes, present.
In spirit.
We have, pardon me? What was that? Oh, I'm echoing. Okay. I'm hearing myself echo, and that's why I thought somebody was trying to say something. Okay. We have one public hearing on our agenda tonight, Zoning Board of Appeals number 21-5261, variance for 504 East Wakefield Boulevard, from applicant being Sean Stanziali. The applicant has asked for another continuance to be able to more adequately answer concerns that were raised at last month's meeting. And so I would like to make a motion that we continue the hearing for ZBA number 21-5261 to our May 25th meeting at 7 p.m.
Phil, before we do that, could you tell me what was the reason why? My understanding was Mr. Stanziali was all set to go a couple of days ago, and I'm a little bit surprised.
Right.
I got a notice from Mark, and I was wondering if he could just explain what happened, or.
Yeah, basically what happened was I was reviewing the survey, the plans and everything.
Yes.
And there was other variances that he needed that weren't there, and he wanted to prepare for everything to make sure everything was all set. You know, he needed a couple more variances than what was on the motion.
Mm-hmm.
And then he might have needed another special exception because of the size of the deck,
Mm-hmm.
the decks that are going and stuff like that. So, you know, to be able to review everything, I told him, I says, you know, you're gonna need, even if you get your variances, you're gonna need a special exception for the decks and this and that. So he says, well, so he wanted to postpone it so that we can get everything all set and just get it all done at once.
Mark.
I was just a little bit curious, Mark. Like this has been going on for a couple of months, and how come nobody caught it before you did?
I had more time to review it than anybody else here. Don't forget, with me being out, they didn't get anybody to take my place. So Pam was doing mine, she was doing wetlands and everything else.
Yes.
And it was something that, knowing the regs as well as I do and been through it as much as I have, I knew what to look for. And there were different things that I saw that she might have missed.
Okay.
I'm not saying, she just didn't have all the things ready.
Mhm.
So,
And Mark, are we within the, isn't there 60 days since the?
We're
application?
allowed 65 days to close a public hearing, but with that, with an extension, first of all, with the COVID, we're allowed an extra 90 days, and then they're allowed to grant us another 65. So we
Just
have
wanna
plenty
make
of
sure we're
time. It's not a
still
matter.
Okay with this one application.
Huh?
I just wanna
We're,
make sure
yeah,
we're
we're
still
well
okay
within
with
the
the
time limits.
Okay.
So I will restate, I make a motion that we approve a continuance for zoning board of appeals application 21-5261 for 504 East Wakefield Boulevard to our next scheduled meeting on May 25th.
I'll
Second.
second it.
Who was that?
Aubrey
ahead,
will second it.
Okay, so Aubrey seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, all abstain, motion carries unanimously. Okay, galloping along. We have no old business. We have minutes for March 23rd, 2021. I have to abstain because I wasn't present, obviously. And were you able to glance at it at all, Paul?
I have seen it. Yeah, I did read it while we were chatting, so we're good.
Okay, so we will entertain a motion to, if there are corrections of fact in the minutes, we should make a note of those.
Talking.
I noticed that our colleague, Mr. Marino, was given a new last name again. So that should be corrected. It only appears in that first paragraph, and then it goes back to you being just Paul Marino.
It's funny that we corrected it for the previous meeting in February, and then we got it, it got done incorrectly again. So yes, we do have to change the opening sentence to remove, as much as I enjoy the name Alan, until you adopt me and start paying, you can't do that.
There are names for relationships like that.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, so we are continued on that. Minutes, we've approved the minutes, and
With that one change.
with that one change. So we need a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from March 23rd, 2021 with one change to remove Alan from my name in the first sentence.
Is there a second?
I'll
Second,
second. Okay.
Thank you. All in favor?
I beat you, Aubrey.
You did.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed and one abstention. So, yeah, this is at 7:06. This might be the fastest we've ever gotten out.
I want to ask Mark a question.
Okay, well, we can take it up almost immediately.
What else you gonna talk about?
Well, we have correspondence, which there's none. There's other business, of which there's none. And then there's discussion with zoning enforcement officer, if any.
That would now.
That would
Well,
count.
my question is it not against everything the ZBA stands for to approve a non-conforming lot and make it more non-conforming?
There you go.
What the law says is that ZBA can grant a variance to, even if it's a non-conforming structure, to make it more non-conforming if they feel it's a land use hardship, and by denying it, the person has no use of his property.
No record.
All right, so in other words, if just because somebody wants to say triple the size of their house or put two houses on the property when they already have one, that's a legal use of their property. So it's, so if I had a cottage, say I bought a cottage and then wanted to build a McMansion and just said because of this, that, whatever else, the ZBA is not required to grant it because they already have a legal use. They already have a use of their property. All right. what the law says is that we can't stop them from having use of their property. So if they came in, say they had a legal non-conforming lot and wanted to build a cottage on it, 600 square feet, whatever size, all right? And ZBA just said, no, we're not gonna let you build any cottage on it, but yet it's zoned for single family, and that is a use that's reasonable use. Then the courts would sit there and say, no, you gotta give them something. But you don't have to give them the Taj Mahal, you have to give them something. And that'd be like one of the variances that was granted years ago. What happened was 182 Shore Drive, where eventually they ended up with a cottage. It went to court, they went to ZBA, I'd say back in early 1980, 1990, and got denied everything. And what ZBA had said was, you can put a picnic table on it.
Right, or
And
park a
wouldn't give them-
bus.
they wouldn't give them the house or a cottage or anything. So they took it to court, and the judge says, no, that's not reasonable use of a property. So the judge says, go back. And so the commission ended up giving them, I think, like a 600 square foot, 700 square foot house. I forget what it was, that the court approved. All right. So the court didn't give them anything big. They gave them something that would be reasonable, like a cottage size or something like that. And that's what they granted them.
That was
But
right.
I'm looking at something where, there's already a cottage there.
Well, if there's a cottage there, is that reasonable use? Yes, it's a lake. Nothing says they have to have bigger than a cottage. So say I buy a cottage, and just because I don't like the layout of it and I want something bigger, doesn't mean I have to be able to, you guys have to allow them to have 5 bedrooms instead of 3, or anything like that. Nothing says he can't take it down, rebuild on the same footprint, because our zoning regs allow that. All right, rebuild on the same footprint, the same size, he can go up.
What if he's blocking his neighbor's view? What if he has to go onto his neighbor's property to do it?
That's our call.
No, because if he's staying within the same footprint, it's no longer ZBA. It's just it's just a zoning permit.
Right.
He's not allowed to go on the neighbor's property per state law. I mean, you can't go on somebody's property. What our regulations now allow is, say he's close to one side of the property, but not the other. He can come for a special exception from zoning board of appeals and move the structure further away from one property line to make it less non-conforming, even though he's getting a variance on the other side. So in other words, he's moving the house closer to the middle of the property. All right.
Yeah.
So
I
the zoning
like-
board of appeals can grant that without having a land use hardship, because our regulations allow it, because we're wanting them to move it away from the property lines to make it less non-conforming on that
Right.
one side. So, but that's where the commission allows it. But as far as building on the same footprint, he can go up 2 stories by right, just a zoning permit. Nothing in the regulations say that you can't do it if he's blocking somebody's view.
As long as the height of the building does
Is
not
ru-
exceed the
correct.
allowed maximum.
Regulations.
Well, I kind of got caught on that a couple of weeks ago, because we always went with 30 feet, not 30 feet to the, what do you call them?
The midline,
Huh?
it's 30 feet.
Well, we always went with 30 feet to the roof line, but that's not the case.
It's 30 feet to the middle of the roof, the highest roof. That's how it's always been,
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think we went by that before. I think we went by 30 feet, but.
You
No,
make.
that's what it's always been.
I'm upset. I'm a little disturbed about it being, I don't know, a foot or 2 from somebody else's property. I mean, if he moved that to center and was reasonable about it, I would feel a lot better. And I think I think it would just be a better solution, really.
People can always do that. Don't forget, there's one on, matter of fact, I just did the plan review that the variance was granted for 2.5 feet from the property lines on both sides of the house. All right. So now, according to the building codes, he's gotta have fire rated walls. He can't have any windows in either one of those sides. And he's gotta spend a lot of money because now all those walls have to be fire rated, the two sides. You can't have any windows, doors, or any openings in those two side walls.
Now, where did that variance come from? I don't recall.
ZBA approved it.
When? A long time ago or?
No, but I think it was a tear down of a house and he just rebuilt it, you know?
Maybe I was out. I don't know.
You know, but I think the house was almost the same size. It was almost the same location. He might have moved it further back. I don't think he moved it closer to any property lines. So. But,
So because it's 2 feet to the line, it's got to be fire rated walls?
yeah,
That's interesting.
Fire can jump to another
So
building.
that
without any problem.
applies to the thing that just got postponed. He's 2 feet, I think.
oh, I don't know. I didn't really look at that. I looked at it, but I didn't really, you know?
I don't think it was as close as 2 feet. If I
I think the side that's already there is 2.5 feet or 2.1 feet or something like that.
Right.
So.
No, it's
But
close.
we
Very
can't discuss that one
I
anyway.
don't even see how
Yeah,
you
we
could.
can't,
But we can't discuss that one, Al, because he's not here. So,
All right, okay.
you know, we can't discuss any specific
Yeah.
things on that one.
Yeah, well, I've been to zoning board
Right.
conferences and whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking to learn more,
Oh, I don't disagree. You know, like I said, anytime you guys have questions, you know, it's, I can answer them.
Were you on the day-long one we did a few weeks ago, Hal?
What's that?
Were you on that day-long conference we did a few weeks ago, a
No,
month ago?
The one in
no,
March.
I did one last year or the year before.
That,
Yeah,
this was an 8-hour deal we did. in
yeah,
March.
most of them are. They have one every year, Paul, and basically it's almost the same thing every year. Sometimes they get a different speaker, so he just says things how he feels, not the person before, but.
Right.
So,
All right, just curious. I
Yeah.
don't want to make you guys, hang out any longer than you have to.
Very well. Well, in that
Yeah.
case, we will.
Dave's all
entertain-
for
We will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
it. Second,
Moved by Mr. English, seconded by Mr. Wilks. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain?
See you in person next time.
Apparently.
really?
so.
Roger.
because the governor's orders end May 19th, so the next meeting's the 25th, so it's gonna most likely be in person,
Okay.
as far as we know. So,
What was
I
that?
will,
Oh.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
One other thing, Mr. Melanson, how you feeling? I mean, I don't know what
feeling
happened.
good.
All right, good. I'm glad
Yeah.
to see you back.
You look good.
Yeah,
Thank
glad
you.
to see you
Getting
back.
there, getting
I'll
there.
see you next week.
Huh?
See you next week.
I'll be around. All
Okay.
right, see you
All right,
later.
bye.